Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Miss Nikmatunia, as a research methodology lecturer, let me introduce myself. My name is Ania Anika from Accounting Study Program Class F. On this occasion, I would like to present my final project proposal with the title Analysis of the Effectiveness and Contribution of Cigarette Tax to Central Java's local owned source revenue in 2017 to 2021. The presentation will be divided into 4 parts. First is introduction, second literature review, then research methodology, and the last is writing system. Okay, now we go to the first part, that is introduction. First, we talk about the background of the research. Based on Law Number 28 of 2009, local governments are allowed to collect local tax in an area in accordance with the potential and regional policies stipulated by local government regulations. One of the local taxes that is allowed to be collected by the provincial government is the cigarette tax. The cigarette tax is a new provincial tax. Cigarette tax is a levy on cigarette excise that is levied by the competent local government at the same time as the collection of cigarette excise. The cigarette tax came into effect on January 1, 2014, which is contained in Article 181 of Law Number 28 of 2020 concerning regional taxes and charges. Next is formula of the problem. First, how is the effectiveness level of cigarette tax revenue in Central Java Province in 2017 to 2021? Second, how is the contribution of cigarette tax revenue to the Central Java's local owned source revenue in 2017 to 2021? Then, the purpose of the research. The first is knowing the level of effectiveness achieved by the cigarette tax in Central Java Province in 2017 to 2021. And the second is analyze and find out the contribution of cigarette tax to the Central Java's local owned source revenue in 2017 to 2021. After that, benefits of the research. First, this research is expected to add insight into the effectiveness and contribution of the cigarette tax to the Central Java's local owned source revenue in 2017 to 2021. Second, the results of the research are expected to contribute ideas to the Regional Revenue Management Agency of Central Java Province in order to increase local owned source revenue from the regional tax sector. And the last, this research is expected to add the repertoire of knowledge as well as input in the field of similar research. Okay, now the second part of this presentation, that is literature review. This part contains the theoretical basis of the results of the literature study or the results of the review research as the basis for the topics to be discussed. In connection with the title, the literature review includes: first, about tax. There are definition of tax, tax function, tax collection system, tax classification, and tax rate. Second, local government revenue. Third, about local tax. There are definition of regional tax, type of regional tax, legal basis of regional tax, and tax collection terms. Next, about cigarette tax. There are definition of cigarette tax object, cigarette tax subject, and legal basis of cigarette tax, and imposition basis, and cigarette tax rate. And the last is effectiveness and contribution. Let's move to the research methodology. This part will be divided into 5 sections. First is definition of research methodology. Second, data classification. Classification data divided into 2 types. There are classification data by nature and classification data by source. First, classification data by nature. There are quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantitative data used in this research is in the form of data regarding the value of Central Java's local on-source revenue and the number of targets and the realization of Central Java Province tax received for. And for the qualitative data is general description and organizational structure of the Regional Revenue Management Agency of Central Java Province. Second, classification data by source. There are primary data and secondary data. Primary data used in this research is the results of interviews with employees of the Regional Revenue Management Agency of Central Java Province regarding cigarette taxes. And the secondary data is data about cigarette tax, target data, and the realization of Central Java's local on-source revenue at the Regional Revenue Management Agency of Central Java Province. Then, data method of collecting data. The data method of collecting data in this research is interviews and documentation. Next, data writing method. The writing method for this research is description and exposition. The last is data analysis method. There are 2 analytical techniques used, namely effectiveness analysis and contribution analysis. Then, the last part is the writing system. There are 5 points writing system that we'll use in the final project. Chapter 1 is introduction, Chapter 2 is literature review, Chapter 3 is research methodology, Chapter 4 is results and discussion, and the last chapter is closing. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.